In the ancient hills of Galilee, where shadows dance between olive groves and time itself seems to whisper secrets, something impossible happened, something that would change everything. The small village in Cana of Galilee pulses with celebration. Wedding bells echo through narrow stone streets, and the air hums with the laughter of friends and family. It's a joyous occasion, a union of two lives, a testament to love and commitment. Jesus and his mother, Mary, were among the honored guests. The groom, the bride, their families, friends and disciples gathered together for a feast under the open sky, surrounded by the scent of roasting lamb, sweet spices, and blooming jasmine. Music fills the air, intertwining with the murmur of conversation and the clinking of glasses. The party is in full swing. But then a hush falls over the crowd. It's a sound that cuts through the merriment like a shard of glass. Someone has just whispered, "The wine has run out." His mother Mary, sensing the gravity of the situation, approaches her son with words that seem simple but carry the weight of destiny. "They have no wine," she tells him. Yet Jesus responds with a surprising aloofness. Jesus said to her,
"Woman, what does that have to do with you and me? My hour has not yet come." John chapter 2, verse 4.
At first glance, his words might appear harsh. But here's the crucial thing to remember. Jesus isn't being unkind. He's prioritizing his mission. His hour refers to his destined time of glory and sacrifice. And right now, he feels that the moment has not yet arrived. Mary, however, sees something beyond the immediate situation. Mary knows something the world doesn't yet understand. She understands the potential consequences of the wine running out. She sees the disappointment, the shame, the potential ruin of the celebration. And so she doesn't press the issue. She doesn't argue with her son. Instead, she acts. Turning to the servant, she gives an instruction that will echo through eternity.
"Whatever he says to you, do it." John chapter 2, verse 5.
Those words are a quiet revolution. They are a testament to her faith, her trust in her son. And those servants, they are about to become unwitting participants in one of history's greatest miracles. Here's what happened next. They, meaning the servants, saw Jesus standing there and 6 water pots nearby, containing 2 or 3 mitrates apiece. These weren't just ordinary containers. They were purification jars used for ancient Jewish ceremonial washing. They were sacred. They were untouchable unless it was absolutely necessary for ritual purposes. But now, something extraordinary is about to happen because Jesus is going to use these jars to perform his first recorded miracle in John's Gospel. And how did this miracle unfold? With simplicity that belies its magnificence. Jesus looks at those servants, ordinary men, probably not understanding the magnitude of what's about to unfold. And he gives them a straightforward command: fill the jars with water. They obeyed, filling them to the very brim with ordinary water. Nothing special, nothing magical, just water. Then comes the moment that challenges everything we think we know about reality. Jesus speaks again and says, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet." They do as they're told, dipping their vessels into the water and bringing it to the master of the banquet. What happens next is nothing short of astonishing. When the master of the banquet tasted the water, now wine, he had no idea where it came from, and didn't know where it came from. But the servants who had drawn the water knew. All he knew was that the wine was exquisite, the finest he had ever tasted. The ruler of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and when the guests have drunk freely, then that which is worse. You have kept the good wine until now." John chapter 2, verse 10. Can you imagine the surprise, the awe, the disbelief? Imagine being the master of the banquet, expecting a simple wedding, feast, and suddenly your world is turned upside down by a miracle. The best wine you've ever tasted, produced from water, and you don't know how or why. That's the kind of shock that shakes the foundations of reality. Now, let's talk about those jars. They stood silently in the corner, 6 of them, a symbol of both limitation and transformation. You see, 6 represents incompleteness in ancient Hebrew symbolism. But what filled those jars was perfection. It was completion, the transformation of the ordinary into the extraordinary. The water used for purification, for cleansing, became wine, the symbol of joy and celebration. The old ceremonial laws literally became something new, something better. Let's dissect this miracle a bit. Why water? Water is life. It's a symbol of purity, a key to health and vitality. In many cultures, it is a representation of life itself. And what's more essential to life than celebration? Now imagine taking this essential element of celebration and making it better, transforming it from good to great, from mere joy to pure ecstasy. That's what Jesus did at the wedding in Cana. The water drawn from natural springs, perhaps blessed by the sun, touched by the earth and seasoned by the winds, is taken and made into the finest wine the master of the banquet has ever tasted. That's an elevation, a transformation that defies logic and boggles the mind. So what exactly happened at the wedding at Cana? A few skeptics might argue that this event never happened, that it's just a story in a book, a tale told to teach a spiritual lesson. But consider the implications of that viewpoint. If this miracle didn't happen, if it's just a story, then we are left with a profound truth. Miracles, extraordinary supernatural events that defy the laws of nature, are not part of our reality. We are confined to a world where nothing supernatural can ever occur. We are trapped in a universe where the laws of physics are immutable, unbreakable, where everything that happens can be explained by science, where the extraordinary is dismissed as illusion or hoax. But what if we dare to believe that this miracle did happen? What if we entertain the idea that at that wedding in Cana, water really did turn into wine? If we allow ourselves to believe that, we open up a world of possibilities. We acknowledge that our reality might be more expansive, more wondrous than we ever imagined. We accept that the laws of nature might bend, not break, that the supernatural might intrude upon the natural, that the impossible might become possible. When we entertain the idea that water turned into wine, we are essentially saying, I am open to the possibility of miracles. We are declaring that we refuse to be confined to a world limited by the laws of physics. We are stepping into a realm where the divine can touch the human, where the supernatural can intersect with the everyday. And it's in this intersection where things get really interesting. Because once we allow the possibility of miracles into our lives, we open ourselves up to a reality where anything becomes possible. We expand our understanding of what is real, what is possible. We become more receptive to the wonders that surround us, more aware of the magic that permeates our existence. But here's the most important thing to remember. This isn't just about belief, it's about transformation. Believing in miracles doesn't mean passively accepting the status quo. It means actively seeking change, embracing the possibility of something better, something extraordinary. It means looking at the jars filled with water and daring to believe that they could contain wine, the finest wine imaginable. It's about facing a seemingly hopeless situation, like the wine running out at a wedding, and finding the courage to act, to make a difference. It's about taking ordinary water and turning it into something extraordinary, something that can change the course of an event, a celebration, a life. In essence, believing in miracles is not merely a matter of faith. It's a way of life. It's a call to action, an invitation to participate in the extraordinary, an encouragement to make the impossible possible. So the question isn't whether miracles can happen. The question is, are you ready to believe when they do? Are you willing to step into a world where the impossible becomes possible, where the laws of nature bend to accommodate the extraordinary? Or will you remain confined to a world where everything can be explained by science, where the supernatural is dismissed as illusion? The choice, my friends, is yours. As we bring this journey to its end, I invite you to reflect on what happened at the wedding at Cana. How does this story challenge your beliefs, your expectations, your understanding of reality? What does it say about miracles, about faith, about the power of belief? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's engage in a conversation that transcends the boundaries of the digital world, that reaches into the realm of the supernatural, that dares to believe in the impossible. If you found this exploration thought-provoking, if it stirred your imagination and challenged your perceptions, I invite you to show your support. Your engagement fuels our journey. It's a testament to the power of belief, the magic of storytelling, and the endless fascination with the impossible. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, may your reality be enriched by the possibilities of miracles.